Welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy, I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry, and today I'm going to talk to you of another film that we all appreciate, now is regarded as one of the greatest. Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, starring Henry Cavill, Russell Crowe, Kevin Costner, Amy Adams, Michael Shannon. And Lawrence Fishburne. And it's basically the origins of Superman. Crash lands on Earth from his home planet, Krypton, and you see him develop into the comic book character that we all know well and love. And I remember seeing this back in theaters in the summer of 2013. Shoot, it's 10 years. Holy crap, it's 10 years. Almost 10 years. It's 2022. Almost 10 years ago, believe it or not. And they still haven't made a sequel. Because, the studios don't know what to do with their characters and their brand. And, I'll be upfront with this. When I saw this film and when it was over, I was split on it. I was split because of certain reasons, not what everybody else thinks. What I thought about the film, that there was too much. Even though the movie it was like 2 hours and 25 minutes or something. I thought for a film like that to be epic, to be more on scope, pacing wise, I thought the film could have been longer. Like 3 hours, it could have been 3 hours long. I felt certain scenes or certain parts chronicling Man of Steel to be who he was. Nitpicking, I thought they should have chronicalized him from a child to adulthood instead of using that as flashbacks. I was expecting Lord of the Rings like superhero movie. I was expecting the epic like Lord of the Rings superhero film from this, and I didn't get that. I didn't like the flashbacks back and forth. I felt like they were rushing to kind of get to point A to point B with even someone still in there. Though I like the mystery surrounding who is Superman, who is the Man of Steel, I liked it. I just thought they could have slowed down on trying to get to the action, because the action scenes are amazing here, like Dragon Ball Z style like action. If you want to see a Dragon Ball Z style fight scene in any film, I recommend Man of Steel. That was probably my main gripe about it. I thought the film could have been longer, a lot longer. I blame that on studio interference. I would have been fine for a 3.5 hour cut of this, because really looking at Zack Snyder's work, you can tell he's a filmmaker that really is a patient filmmaker, where condensing his work in 2 to 2.5 hours is impossible. It just feels rushed and crammed. I feel like for him, he's an epic storyteller. You got to allow him to tell the story that he wants to tell his way to get a good film out. I think that's the way for him to really do it. Because just rushing point A to point B, I feel like it's a mess for him. I feel like it's a mess for him. That was probably my biggest gripe about this film. And there were certain little cliche Hollywood moments, I blame that, like, again, on studio interference. Now, if he had full control of this film, he would have crafted, I think, one of the best superhero movies, which he has with, his other two long films, Watchmen and his version of Zack Snyder's Justice League. I just felt like this film Even at 2 hour 143 minutes, I thought the film was too short. But all in all, I thought the casting was superb. They got probably the perfect Superman, Henry Cavill. I also think they got Michael Shannon. Oh my god, dude. He plays a very underrated villain as General Zod. A villain you understand, but the way he wants to do it, very scary. Reminds me a little bit of Mr. Glass. You understand his motives, but the way he wants to do it is insane. Amy Adams is cool as Lois Lane. I actually like the change what they've done with the dynamic between her and Man of Steel. It's one of the best aspects I've really appreciated about this film, especially at the end where she obviously recognizes him in that disguise. And when I caught on to that, I was like, "Oh my god, that makes so much sense." You know, for watching the animated series and then other interpretations of the character. I just that part was one of the best parts I thought of the film, where Lois Lane instantly knew that was Superman. Which kind of goes back to me. Maybe I might do another. Even already did it with a friend of mine for VVS. Maybe I might go back and redo what I thought about Batman vs Superman, because it was more of a discussion, mostly comic book discussions relating to that with my friend. I might go back and re-discuss the film, but rewatching the movie, yeah, it's underrated. And for the longest time, it took a while for me to really like the film. I like how dark it was. I really like how dark it was. But I was just so disappointed that I felt like it was one of those movies where there were so many ideas crammed that it didn't take enough time to develop. I feel like it could have been long as Cloud Atlas. It could have been 3 hours, to be honest with you. Because there were certain parts they rushed. And for a story as epic like Superman, again, I was expecting Lord of the Rings. You know what? Maybe we should ask Zack Snyder if there's an extended cut to Man of Steel. I'm just saying. You know, is there replay value of this? Yeah, of course. It just took a while for me to really ignore the flaws I had with it. I love how dark it was. I love the realistic take on the character. I thought there was just too much crammed into, you know, I thought there was too much crammed into whatever they were trying to do. And realizing what they were trying to do, competing with Marvel, you know, I thought they failed at that. But underrated. Do I think this is better than Superman Returns? The ongoing debate with that. Oh boy. Maybe. But I like Bryan Singer's direction a little bit more. But maybe. But this is a superhero film that we need right now. Man of Steel. Have you seen it? Comment below. Let me know what you thought about it. Of course you've seen it, because we've been talking about it for the last 10 years. Comment below what is your favorite underrated movie, and go ahead and put down Restore the Snyderverse, or what's your favorite Zack Snyder movie.